Hey, before starting this narration, I just wanted to ask you guys if I don't feel like making a narration or something, instead of not posting for that day, you guys want me to fill that in with like a let's play of like Minecraft or something, a Terraria, or whatever you guys want. Um, Maybe I'll just fill in every couple of weeks or something, or maybe every week. I feel like that'd be kind of cool. Yeah, just let me know in the comments and remember to leave a like or whatever. Thank you for watching the narration, and enjoy. Ablutophobia is the fear of bathing, washing, or cleaning. It's one of the phobias the little green pills have caused me to experience. Let me start from the beginning. My name is Haeyang, and I was given an opportunity to experience fears that few people have gotten to experience. I have never had a phobia in my life, except for heights, and I have never experienced anything paranormal. A large part of me has always wanted to experience any sort of situation that is absolutely terrifying, but yeah, I guess it's true that those things never happen to the people who search for it. It all started with a message on Facebook. It was a guy by the name of Max Circle. Hey man, I see that you're into horror, and I was wondering if you're interested in a new drug I developed. I worked as a researcher in Vanderbilt University, but of course, this was created on my own free time, so I'd really appreciate it if you could take a 7-day sample. Vague as hell, but still, the message gained my interest and I responded back after an hour. What kind of drug? I mean, what does it do? I waited anxiously for a couple more hours before I received a message back from him. Why don't you meet me at 100 Oaks Mall outside of PetSmart? Let's say, 1 hour? It is a unique drug. It draws out the fears that you thought you never had. Of course, it won't get approved by any institution, but I feel like this could be our own secret research. I tried messaging him back with a couple more questions, but the profile was deleted. I only lived around 15 minutes away from the mall, and I had the day to kill. So I thought, what the hell, and threw on some clothes. You may think I'm absolutely insane to even consider meeting the guy, but to be honest, I'm just a little bit insane. I really am being honest when I say I want creepy shit to happen to me. I want to experience near-death experiences. I have lived a far too mellow life, and I know I have a lot of catching up to do. Anyways, I give my cat a couple of treats and lovings and headed out. I waited in the car for around 30 minutes before I saw an older man walk up to PetSmart and look around, nervously. I grabbed the door handle and got out of my car. As soon as I started walking towards the store, the man stared at me and gave me a small wave. I returned the wave and walked up to him, with my arm extended out, and said, "You must be Max. Nice to meet you." He stared at my hand for a couple seconds before he extended out his hand as well and gave it a limp shake. I didn't expect you to show up. I'm glad you did. Let's go to your car and talk. I really don't like having people I don't know get in the car with me. Can we do this somewhere else? Yeah, stranger danger. Smart man. Well, we can just sit on one of these benches and talk, but I would like to give you the pills in the car, like I said. It needs to be a secret. I walked over to the closest bench and sat down. He stood completely still for a couple seconds before shaking his head a couple times and sat down next to me. You seem a bit nervous. What exactly does this pill do?
It opens up your eyes. It creates phobias that people experience every day, but it only lasts for 24 hours, and I wanted to see if experiencing different phobias every day would drive a man insane, or if it would make them understand the world in a different light.
Sorry, I'm a bit confused. Aren't the pills all the same, or do they activate random phobias?
If you keep listening to me, I'll explain everything to you. Please try your best not to interrupt.
He takes a deep breath, gives me a small smile, and continues.
These pills are all different. I have them labeled 1 through 7, and each pill releases a different phobia for you to experience. They are the 7 phobias I have found most interesting. Take, for instance, the first pill will make you experience what it would be like to have ablutophobia, which is, in simple terms, the fear of taking a bath. washing your hands, or even taking a shower. Keep in mind, you are the first person to test these drugs, so I don't know if it will drive you insane, and I will not take any responsibility for whatever happens to you. If you do take all 7 pills and write down what you experience from each drug, I will pay you $43,000. An odd amount of money, I know, but it is all the money that is inside my bank account. He didn't talk for a couple seconds. Instead, he just stared out into the parking lot and took a couple of deep breaths. As soon as I started to speak, he put his hand up and asked, "I'm sorry, but I don't have time to answer any more questions. Do you want to join my research, or would you like to decline?" 20 minutes later, and I found myself sitting on the couch with a white paper bag in my hands. There were 7 green pills with small numbers on them. Yeah, I did feel pretty dumb trusting a man I never met in my life, but I knew that it was real and I would be able to experience absolute fear. After taking a deep breath, I closed my eyes and swallowed the pill marked as 1. It was 14:45 and I was nervous as hell. I felt like making a log was the best possible way to record what happened to me. 15:04. You know how dirty fingers get? Like, holy hell, there are 3 of my fingers that have little black spots on them, and I want to wash my hands, but for some reason, I don't even want to think about having to wash my hands. I feel like if I do, I'll die, and no, fuck that. 16:28. I usually take showers at this time, but have you noticed how dirty the water probably is? I never noticed it, but now that I think about it, the water is dirty, like bacteria, potential diseases, dead bodies in the river. I don't need to clean. Oh, no, I do not. There is no reason to torture myself like that. I know it's the pills. I ran into the bathroom and filled up the bathtub. I'm sitting on the couch now. Sweat is all over my face. I need to clean myself, but every time I get close to the bathtub, I feel like my stomach is gonna explode. I already cried twice, not of sadness, but because I'm fucking scared. No. I can't do it. I finally managed to muster enough courage to get to the bath, but I saw him. My father, he was lying in a bath and asking me to come over and help him. I love my dad. I love him so much, but I couldn't. There were roaches running all over his body. There were dozens of gashes all over his body. I ran out. I'm back on the couch. I called my dad, but he didn't answer. I'm crying, I'm sweating, I'm so scared. My dad called me back. He was on a little vacation with my mom. They were celebrating their 28th anniversary. Before he hung up, he told me he was going to take a bath and then go to sleep. I begged him to just wait to take a bath. He hung up while I was sobbing on the phone. Figures. He never really liked it when I cried. I had a hard time sleeping. My dried sweat mixed with my feeble attempt to mask it with a cheap cologne caused my bedroom to smell like a YMCA locker room. I tried to convince myself to just wipe myself off with water, but I can't. I ate some breakfast. Eggs, toast, and a couple of pieces of bacon. Some yolk got on my hands, but I just wiped it on my pants. I called out of work. My manager was a bit pissed, but after talking to me for a couple of minutes, he could tell I was not well. He told me to get better and hung up. I could hear the sink running on the other end of the line, and it took everything out of me not to vomit. I can feel the phobia draining out of me. It's a weird feeling. I managed to wash my hands and rub some water on my neck. I stopped when it felt like I was being strangled by the water. It's okay. Progress. I took a shower. I was fine. I still couldn't get the mental image of my father out of my head. I tried calling him again, but he didn't answer. My mother called me. Dad slipped while getting out of the bath. He hit his head on the sink, gashed his head, and bled out. She was asleep at the time. She begged me to come and see her. She couldn't get the mental image of my father out of her head. She said that the roaches were walking in the gash of his head and walking back out, drenched in his blood. That was the last log from the first pill. I'm still trying to figure out if my father's death is real or if the pill is still messing with me.
Just to check. I tried calling my dad's phone one last time, and he didn't answer again. I received a call at 9 in the evening. It was Max. After letting out a couple of deep breaths, he said, "How'd you like to feel about the first pill?" Actually, don't tell me yet. Tomorrow is gonna be a bit more fun. Do you like walking? Maybe you do. Maybe you don't. Doesn't matter. Just prepare yourself. Again, whatever happens while you take the pills, I am not responsible for. I just know your life was gonna get shitty, and maybe the pills will help you stop a couple of tragedies. Don't ask me any questions. It's not how it works. But keep in mind, there is more than science involved with this research. I know I may be breaking the rules posting on here, but I really feel like I should get this out to you guys. Of course, I know the guy's name isn't Max. I'm also fairly certain he doesn't work at Vanderbilt, but like he said, it might just help me. For right now, I'm scared of what will happen. And I'm trying to figure out how Max knew what was going to happen to my father. By preventing tragedies, did he mean my phone call could have saved my dad if he just listened to me? It may have already been too late, but shit. If anyone has any knowledge of what I've been going through, I would appreciate any help I can get. As always, it's nice talking to the No Sleep community. My name is Haeyong, and I'm starting to feel like my life is about to get a shit ton more interesting. Bye.